Okay. Hey, Ellen. Just
Hey.
on. Okay, so let's talk about this awesome call today. First of all, if you guys did not hear, Premier directors and above are now going to be invited on the NMD call. And the reason why Jeff kind of explained it, Amber kind of explained it. Uh, when you're a premier director, you're sitting at $20,000 in income or in not income in revenue a month with you and your team, and they just feel like that level is a very. Hold on, let me mute some people out here. Uh, that's a great position to be in, and just that leader that next level. How they explain it today. Were you able to listen in, Kim? You were? Okay, cool. So the premier director level is where we're going to have those NMD calls. And I actually think it's the perfect, it used to be, ED, whatever you want to call it, but it used to be executive director, with the old comp plan. And we're going to do, I think, a separate NMD call. Was that kind of the gist that you got from that, is that they're going to do a separate NMD call?
The Monday NMD calls will now be Premier Director and above, and then the first, I think they just one a month is just only NMD and above, like maybe the first Monday of the month or something.
I'm super excited about this. I'm excited for you guys to be able to listen in. I'm excited to just have all leaders on deck. If you guys are not at Premier Director, it is something to definitely shoot for. It's definitely higher income, like you guys know, but it's also just that next level of leadership within the company, which is great. So that is something that has changed, which is awesome. So today, what we kind of went over, it was very eye-opening for me. But as much as we want to say possibly it was, quote, not good in regards to the recruiting number, it actually fired me up. Exactly what Jeff Olson was saying. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much room for growth. And it fired me up in the regards of, oh my gosh, let's do this. Like, let's blow it up. So what he said today, and it was awesome to listen to Jeff train. That was another thing that we hear at the end from him on NMD calls. And it's just kind of like, it's not really training and coaching and how to do it. Jeff used to be in the exact positions we are. He was the number one in his company. He knows what he's doing in this industry. And that's why he started his own business. He definitely has tons and tons of nuggets. And sometimes, yes, he says the same things over and over and over, but there is a reason for that madness, and there's a method. And even, the simplicity of it, but over and over and over, you will start to, those small things over time. And honestly, all he talked about today was getting new starts developed better. So then it ripples, and those new starts are trained. They know what they're doing. They're confident. They go out. They have success. They continue to be confident. They continue to make more money. They continue to bring in brand partners. And the whole ripple effect is all beginning at the new brand partner level. So that is kind of what his heart and his core talk was today about. It was very alarming to hear that the average, so what he said was the amount of, he knows how many premier directors there are in this company, and he knows how many new starts out of those organizations there are. The average amount of new starts per premier director rank, 1.2 a month, the average. Some are more, some are less, but 1.2 is the average number of new starts on a premier brand partner, premier directors organization. That was very like, whoa, okay, I thought it would be more. I think our team does have more. But at the same time, like he said, we are huge at preferred customer getters. And like, that is like the best, we're probably the best in the companies or in the industry, he said. But with brand partners, just getting them going. And I think a lot of it is, you know, even before recruiting them, like we have to get them going the best and teach them how to bring on brand partners. Because I don't know about you guys, but the longer that we're in this business, the harder it does get to recruit. I mean, your warm market has been definitely not fully tapped into. I get that. There's definitely more people, and a lot of it is because we're continuously meeting new people. So there's a lot more warmer market because we're always meeting new people. But at the same time, like those new baby brand partners are like life for us. They are going to drive our whole business. They are they're our next level of warm market. So what I thought he wanted to, this was all very surprising for me as well, because we always talk about we don't want to overwhelm the new brand partner, and I don't either. And he wasn't even saying to train. But what he was saying was to really get to know these brand partners. And he said, he called it a new brand partner interview. I don't know if that's our style. His other business that he was in was prepaid legal, and it was a little bit more business professional in regards to men were recruited and stuff like that. And they might have called it, you know, new brand partner interviewing, but I don't really like that style. But besides the point, he would talk to these new brand partners for 1 to 2 hours. And what he said he focused on was he wanted to get to know them, obviously, help them become confident in what they were doing, and guide them through exactly what to do with verbiage and everything. Communicate, educate, and motivate them. And wait, not good enough to send to call and listen to. Oh, he said just, you know, sending them a call is not good enough. Now, I know we all do not have, you know, endless hours to just sit and meet for coffee with all these new brand partners and get on the phone with all these new brand partners. But I do think we need to do a little bit more than what we're doing. So what I send out, and this is just my personal opinion, and I want to get your guys' opinion too. So every beginning of the month, I personally send out an email. Okay, that's great. I mean, only probably 50% get it. Let's be honest. People do check their emails. People don't check their emails. Then we always have this call, and I'm like, okay, you guys text your people and welcome them to your team, you know, or something like that. So then they're getting an email and they're getting a text message. Then at the beginning of the month, I wanted to really implement putting in a couple different things. And I don't remember if I talked about it last month. I think after the silver trip I did, but I want to implement brand new brand partner trainings every single month where I'm live on the phone. Or if one of you guys want to take over and do it one month, like someone is live, it's not just a recorded and we kind of just like hope they get on. I mean, it will be recorded, but I did get great feedback from that last month where a lot of people got on that were new starts or wanted to relaunch and they were excited. And I sent you guys that stuff on the Facebook message. I also want to implement like getting people those power half an hours, at least 2 of those a month, because I think that's just too easy not to do. And I think if a new brand partner is wanting to do something, like they'll jump on and do something with that. What else do you guys think could help with, and you know, like he said, a premier director, if you are averaging 1.2 new brand partners, then I do think that you can like guide them into an hour of your day of, hey, let me help you get started the best way. You know, get to know them, see what their why is, see why they got started. I know that, you know, half of our brand partners really get started in this business for the product discount. I get that. But we also know so many people in this company that started because of that, wanting just free product or just wanting the product bundles, and they are now, you know, millionaires. So I think we might miss the ball a little bit on that, and I don't want to pressure these people into like, oh, this is a business. I don't want to define it as a business. That's why I don't want to do that new interview or new brand partner interview, because I don't really think that's our style. But at the same time, I do think that we can guide them a little bit more in what to get started the best way. What do you guys think from listening today and just what I just kind of talked about?
I also heard Jeff say the word onboarding. So that sounds a little bit better, because just like any other job, there is some training involved, and people need to feel more comfortable. And just because they bought a kit doesn't mean they're completely sold on the company, the business model, the product. That's why at any stage in the game, hearing more stories and testimonials and seeing more pictures, then they're like, wow. So just that little bit of time, extra time with them, helping them understand, this, that, and the other, just like if you would start a new brand partner and you are at the same kitchen table showing them, this is your back office, this is your success planner, but maybe calling it onboarding or sounds less scary than an interview. And, through that, you're building a friendship, which is how you get people to stick and stay. And then Jeff also said, increasing your recruiting numbers and then coupling it with doing the interview, onboarding, better training, hand-holding will decrease your backdoor, which is all the people that buy a kit and don't do anything and leave out of it. And there are some really great, Pam Carandos is one of them, Stephanie Schooler, I think Stacy Bradford, Amy Hamilton. You guys are really good about texting, when you have a new brand partner, and introducing, because that is really helpful just to have that. And then it's just someone else that new brand partner can reach out to. So if you guys aren't doing that, I think that's helpful too. And that's the only thing I wanted to add really mainly is just changing the verbiage from interview to onboarding, spending that extra time with them. But your call you did, that new brand partner call or restart, I don't know that you can duplicate that awesomeness again every month or whatever. That was killer. That call was really good.
Oh, thank you.
For firing people up or making someone who just became a brand partner have that much more belief. And you made it sound fun and easy. I kind of want to use it as a recruiting call a little bit.
Well, I'm telling you, don't you remember when I always think back to those calls when I first started. Kim and I especially would call each other after these calls and be like, oh my gosh, did you hear her story? And it was so inspiring. And it was so I want to be like that. And so we would run and hustle to have, I remember when Mary Chipper told us she was making $16,000 a month and we were like, oh my gosh. And, those stories and all of that, just we have to remember as a brand partner, we're not sold. When I signed up, there's a day you sign up and then there's a day that you sign up to really work. And I remember the definite change of mindset. And it was because I started listening to these training calls and these different people's stories. And I think even when I recruit someone that I know is just in it for product or not really knowing why they want to do it as much, I continue to send them different things to plug them into. I almost act like they're not in yet, I will send this one girl that I'm just thinking of, Amber's doing, which by the way, we are going to start doing business opportunity webinars now again, which is awesome. So Amber's doing the first one on Wednesday. Send new brand partners to it. First of all, it's just going to be a market party online that they can learn and continue to get excited about it. There's going to be different ones that are targeted for different industries, which I do love. Because it gets people just thinking outside the box and keeps them giving them a direction. Oh, nurses this week? Okay. Teachers this week? All right. So I think that will help new starts too, even. I know it definitely helped me when I was at the beginning and they kind of we always change things up. And then that's something that we were talking about at the Silver Retreat. It was okay, I understand that change and things up and, you know, things get stale, but like, let's go back to the things that really worked, you know, like these things really worked. The New Start brand partner training, it's all great too. Pam, that call, I think it's in one of the photos. I will definitely tag you though, but yeah, it's the replay of the New Start call from last month.
I sent it to you, Pam. It's on either I think it's on your messenger or your text.
Oh yeah, I remember you did. I've got it. Got it. Thanks.
Another thing that Pam even mentioned today, with getting these new brand partners started the right way, it is going to help us build retention within our brand partners and the longevity of how long people stay. Because if they're not making money, if they're not successful, they're going to be out of there. So getting them started on the right foot is going to be the best way. Did I freeze up there? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Everybody just froze. So I thought I probably froze too. Okay. So anything else in regards to what you thought about Jeff's call, or anything, if you weren't on Jeff's call or whatever, anything that we said tonight that you want to kind of just chat on, or thoughts?
I liked how talking about, somebody asked me if there were any promotions right now for new brand partners coming on. And I'm like, yeah, double trip volume. You only need to have 10,000 in sales to get a trip for 2.
Yep.
Right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty sweet deal. And the Wednesday opportunity webinars are going to be saved in Go Prospect too, which is good.
Oh yeah. So if you ever do have nurses in the future, then you can listen to it. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else before I switch gears here and talk about something else I talked about? Okay. So something that I'm definitely plugging into, because I've heard it now multiple times, and it just obviously makes sense. It's going to build more activity into our personal business, into our team business and everything, is 15 presentations. Now, when they first said presentations, I was like, what are they talking about? But it can be anything. It can be one-on-ones. It can be product demos. It can be parties online. It can be parties in your home. It can be another thing that I'm definitely doing this month, that I'm getting a lot of my friends that are doing in the networking industry, or not networking, like the people that I network with. They are hosting networking business lunches. And so they're collectively getting all these people together to, quote, network for lunch, but really they're also going to be presenting. So anything that you are one-on-one talking about the product, and also even with your team, if you want to do a Facebook Live giveaway, if you want to do market parties, did I already say that? I'm trying to think of the other things. Anyway, what I've done is, do we really look at our full month and say, okay, I'm going to get 15 presentations into my business. And yeah, I do one-on-ones here and there. Yeah, I do Facebook Live parties. Yeah, I do networking. I count, and I think I actually fill my funnel up pretty well. I thought I'm only halfway there, okay, from what I have scheduled right now. Okay, now granted, I know it's only the 7th, but that's why I'm telling you guys. So look at your full month and look and see. I mean, it could be lunches with your friend and you give her an eye serum sample. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of put it into your calendar already, and kind of just see where you're at. Just see. This is something that I think can help us personally, but I also think it can definitely help the team. So I am going to do a Facebook Live party for the team, but I'm also doing a Facebook Live party for myself. I'm doing this new concept that was I put out there on Masters a couple days ago, from Thursday to Sunday. So I haven't read all the details, but Zoe Morris did it. And I just posted on Facebook just tonight, full product giveaway. I'm seeing who is interested in our products, and then I'm going to ask them to host a party. And if they don't want to host a party, then I'm going to ask them to do a Facebook Live party or whatever. I'm going to see how interested they are, give them a sample, see, you know, just work it a little bit more and try to get more activity. That is something that I'm doing. Wanted to put it down to you guys. We do have a new PowerPoint too. And so I don't know if I'm the type of personality to sit here and do a PowerPoint on my one-on-ones. That's not really me. But I think we all know this business and this product enough and products enough that we can just naturally talk about all the different styles and all the, you know what I'm saying, kind of do our own PowerPoint. So, did you guys get anything with that? I mean, he didn't talk about it too much today, but I definitely, I'm doing also this month, just to put it out there, I'm doing a customer appreciation party. And that really is because I have a lot of local customers now. Like I've really, really gotten the funnel of local business. And I'm just going to put some appetizers, go to a restaurant, put some appetizers out there. I actually think it's going to be kind of designed like a passport party where other brand partners are involved as well. But I'm not going to label it at all like a passport party invite. They don't know what passport party is at all. I'm going to put on there, come enjoy Neora products for free appetizers, fun, girls' night out, whatever the case may be. And then they can come, and then a chance to win. You know, we'll probably have a drawing for free product somewhere, you know, make it fun. And then, I mean, I might even put in there networking, business networking, or if that's interest to them, whatever. Maybe make 2 flyers up now that I'm talking about it out loud. But those are just different things that I'm doing this month. Do we want to go around and see like any ideas that you guys have thought of or that are successful? Ellen and Elizabeth got major shout outs recently. Ellen, congrats on the call for top PCs out of PD and above Premier Director. And Elizabeth Stagliano, she's not on here, but she got a shout out on Jen's call last night for top BPs. So you guys, we are doing something great. And if you have any nuggets to share, I would love for you to, you know, share away. Oh, and Sheila got to Premier Director last month. Congrats. There's big stuff going on. And I would love for us to kind of take this time and talk about it. Tell us what we're doing. Tell each other what we're doing. Bueller.
Crickets. This is what happened when in the text thread about the Desi's girls' birthday trip to Nashville this weekend, I wrote, does anyone go running? It was crickets. Literally, like Desi posted crickets emoji.
Good for you, man. I got to come up with some bundles like to try to sell because I gotta make up a lot of trip volume this month. So I got to make some pretty pictures with make it look like a big flashy sale and use it to try to get people to host a party and to try to get people to bulk order. That's what I got to do right now. We'll put those flyers on Masters when you do it.
I haven't made them yet, but I will.
Thanks, girl.
I saw one that somebody was doing for if they buy 2 of the firming creams, they can get a free night cream since that's our free product for this month for the Neora Gives Back as well. So I think I'm going to put that out there because I have tons of firm people that some of them haven't ordered in a while because they stock up and then, you know, don't order for a few months in a row. That I think that would be a good way to help. And I might even do it depending on if they're brand new customers or not and like do like a mass order, you know, like order a bunch of them together so they have free shipping and stuff too. Just to get more people in on that and get more trip volume. Also, I was thinking about, I always get to like November wanting to do all these deals before Christmas and I'm like, crap, I'm out of products because I don't have enough to do the bundles like cash and carry at like our market party or passport parties that we've been doing. So I was thinking about trying to get some product for that too, that I could have, you know, nice little gift sets and stuff ready for, you know, next month and stuff and going into Christmas too. So
yeah, that's a great idea. Love it. we're all running for this trip. I know it's exciting. So yeah, that's another thing. If you have BPs running, definitely lock arms with them and get them there, you know. I'm going through a lot, and I posted it out there, but I'm going through a lot of my PCs, you know, trying to get them back on this month, giving them deals, going back. I mean, even though we always want to find new ones too, but last month I was able to get the 3,000, and it's because I have these past preferred customers, and there is something to be said about them. And I'm going to the 10, you know, I want to, and that's another reason why I'm doing this customer appreciation party, is I do want to keep retention high on that. So, and I put kind of some notes out there for people to go through with PCs.
Another thing, just kind of going along with that, I've been doing is trying to really get my samples out there more. I've been sampling, like for instance, if somebody orders a firm, or I have customers, like I have some customers that just use the night cream or just use firming cream or eye serum, whatever it is, that's kind of like been on the one product that they've been kind of stuck on, making sure I'm sampling them like the skincare set or our wellness products or something else that they would need more frequently as well, and just getting them to try different products, because I think a lot of times like customers will try one product and don't really branch out as much. So I'm really trying to like get them to expand, and then they become really good class A products, class A brand partners too. Sorry, I'm tired. Because then they're using and loving all the products, so they might as well get it for free, and they start sharing it with their friends and family when they're using everything.
Yep. Perfect. And I think for those people, that is where we just easily say, hey, why don't we have a get together at your house? Because once they get 3 customers at the party, it's like a slam dunk. Then it's like, hey, you love the products, you just got it for free, join the business. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I don't know. I just think I don't know. It's just so easy to do. And then like the other day I was talking to this chick, and it's sometimes I feel like even everybody does. It's just like you only think of, I was talking to her about product, and then she was interested in this, and I was talking to her about that. And then I was like, would you ever want to do this with me? She's like, yeah, I would like some information on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, why do I overcomplicate things? Why, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you think about it, I think the longer I'm in this business, the more I overcomplicate things. It's like at the beginning, I was like telling everybody, just do this with me. And now I was like, why wouldn't I just say, oh my gosh, you'd be amazing at this. You want to do it with me? So I don't know. Something just to think about, of just putting it out there more. Anything else? Any other nuggets?
Who's coming to Indy this weekend?
Yay.
Sheila, Kara.
I'm coming. I don't have my face on there.
Nikki,
Lauren.
Can't wait.
Pam, I know. I'm so excited. It's really good. I'm excited.
I'll be there.
Cool. Well, I have to do the recount for this party on Friday, because I think there's going to be definitely more than 30. I probably need to just go ahead and call them and tell them 60, but I have to maybe do the math and see. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I've never been, but it's walking distance to the place, and there's all kinds of fun things to do. So we'll see. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Have a good month.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.